Grayscale news is actually quite big. The Metamask news is actually quite big. There's a lot of Solana news happening, you know.
That Metamask huge news. That Metamask.
Yeah, huge news, and Solana news is also like, I mean, there's a lot of Solana news happening on good and bad. Like there's that Lido may discontinue support. That's bad.
Yes, yes, not good.
Not good. But then you've got like Visa.
It's insane. It's like in a bull market that would have launched Sol.
Yeah, it's not. No, that's not good. It's not good. I mean, let's see what happens. I think it's going to go for a vote. But usually these guys, when they table a vote, usually they do it just as a formality. But I mean, let's see.
The MetaMask thing is actually, I looked into it a bit more. I read that thread that was dropped in for like $100 to $200 withdrawals. It's like 9% fees, which is really expensive. But then this guy tested with 0.5 ETH, and it was more towards 5% fees, which is still like that's quite expensive.
Yeah, it'll be expensive in the beginning, and then as time goes by, it'll become another player. It'll become a what's the name? It'll become a land grab for people, and then
what do they usually charge in the traditional sense? What's their normal fee?
1 to 2.
No, there's no fee.
There is.
There must be. Also, they make money.
Yeah, but I've heard the rumors are that the floor is right now at 3%, so they are earning literally 6%, so they can bring it down to 3%. That's the rumor at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the news is big. Don't get confused. It's big news. The fact that you can seamlessly deposit and withdraw cash to DeFi without touching a centralized intermediary. That's huge.
Yeah, it's big. And the fact they chose Solana, it's a big thing for Solana, obviously.
No, you're talking about Visa. I'm talking about Metamask.
Yeah.
But Metamask, yeah. Metamask doesn't support Sol, does it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm seeing a lot of transactions on Near. Does anyone know what's going on there?
Nope.
I don't know.
Metrics picked up last month as well. Just look across the board. Daily active addresses.
And do you have any info on SNX? I see it's been running really nicely the last.
STX.
SNX.
SNX. Synthetics. I also saw that they had a nice
playing out really nicely.
A nice pump. Yeah, their metrics are also good. Actually, I wrote a tweet yesterday. They were the only perps DEX that I analyzed that increased in volume in August. All the other DEXs lost a lot of volume. But I've also seen some controversial posts that there might be some wash trading going on there. So I'm not sure.
They're launching their own perp exchange, as in their in-house, and they're launching on-chain derivatives. But I don't know how. Like, in V3? What's the difference between on-chain derivatives and? Oh no, actually, I know. Yeah, basically, there's a lot just going on.
Yeah.
Or Near though. Near needs to get going. Near is so down. It's not...
Yeah. I mean, I must say I was quite disappointed. We sold a lot of Near actually because we're quite disappointed in the team. Like, I mean, I suppose they just came into a very crowded market, and they came in with like a technological thesis, which I think eventually was like, okay, well, it's not like the sharding blockchain is not actually going to work. What is going to work, but it's not, it's not a huge thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that everybody's been like needing. So, then the problem is, what do? They started to pivot into a whole lot of other things. So let's see. I mean, they're smart guys with a lot of money behind them, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's.
Yep.
I don't think it's It's not on my screaming buy list. Let's put it that way.
No, but something is definitely.
Are you out there, Ron?
Not out. I'm just less in. Definitely not out. I'm just a lot less in.
Looking here in August, that good growth, basically in everything: active addresses, transactions, DEX volumes. So I don't know what's going on there. Something.
Yeah.
And they're not completely dead too, right? They still have like 70 developers, 70 core developers, just like Solana. So it's
No,
just
they're
that
not dead. They're definitely not
They're
dead.
not
They're
dead.
definitely not dead.
no,
But
no,
again, I
that's
think
what I
that
mean.
the next bull market is not gonna it's not gonna be layer ones and layer twos. I think layer ones and layer twos is this bull market. I think in this bull market we'll find our layer one and layer twos, and then in the next run up it's going to be a different narrative. Like how many bull markets can we have with layer ones and layer twos as the core? At some point we're going to say, okay, listen, with layer ones and layer twos, this is the infrastructure. ETH is the infrastructure. ETH side chains are the infrastructure. Solana is the chain with on-chain transactions, or Avalanche if you want to do VM, and then that's it. Like now start building.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You know what we haven't heard for a long time? We haven't heard any Cardano news for months.
Yeah. Cardano's metrics are dying as well.
So Ran, I can give you a bit of insight on stuff I've been researching over the last 6 months, I would 6 or 8 months, is that the whole infrastructure you're talking about of L1s, L2s, they will look much different, I think, a year from now. Because now we have modular blockchains coming up. We have so now you can deploy a chain with data availability provided by Celestia and execution provided by Solana's SVM, and then have settlement and the rest done on Ethereum. Now you can have chains which represent no chain. It's like a combination, amalgamation of different chains, and now they're so that is exactly what I'm looking at, I think, going forward. So now we just don't know if you're a chain, which community are you part of. It's gonna be very confusing for a lot of people. It's gonna get very complicated. It's gonna get very confusing for the new people, and they'll have no idea what's happening, and they'll have foots in different they'll have 2 feet and moving around in different islands, and that's, I don't know how to perceive it right now, but it's gonna get really murky.
Okay.
The L1 and L2 space is quite diluted though. I think it was kind of cool to launch an L1 and L2. Now there's a lot. L2 metrics are pretty impressive though. There's no sort of way of denying that, especially base, but base is still in its infancy. We still don't know properly, but everyone seems pretty bullish on base.
Yeah, base is the winner. But I mean, what do you invest in?
Yeah. No.
They just announced a perp dex called DX or something like that. Sounded like DYDX, but something similar to that. That's the first perp I've heard of so far, and if that takes off, I'm assuming that could do a GMX kind of a move if it does really well. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Some perp decks where people are speculating.
Yeah, one of the perp decks is But I mean, there is the possibility that it will be an existing perp deck that will just migrate. Like a uni.
Vela,
you know what I mean?
Already migrated. Well,
Vela already migrated.
Yesterday. Not
migrated. So it could be one of those. Could be one of those.
Mm. Yeah, that could very well be.
Yeah.
Mm. So I don't know. I wouldn't rush to, unless there's a unique piece of technology that makes it unique to base. I wouldn't rush onto the next perp decks.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm gonna get into those base altcoins maybe next year, later on in the next after the halving.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush into.
Yeah,
I wouldn't rush into base. I wouldn't rush into base.
Are they?
I know. I would.
Are they gonna have a token?
Who, base?
Yeah.
No, they said no token, no plain token. That's what makes it.
They say no token.
Yeah, that's what makes it compliant.
What I've learned from hearing to Jesse, the lead of base, is that they want to leverage the Coinbase reputation to build a chain and grow the chain rather than using a token to incentivize the community to stay using the chain. So that's been their strategy so far. But you never know in a bull market, But what I'm saying is,
I think it's a long. I think a token is a long way away.
Exactly.
Not in the foreseeable future. Let's put it that way.
100%. And now once the Coinbase case settles and if Coinbase spins, then there could be a possibility. That's how I see it. And I don't know when the case will settle. Probably
even that is. I mean, you don't know how it's going to settle and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I wouldn't count on it. That's not.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
a bet
And imagine they do settle. Why would they go and launch a token when they've just settled and they don't want to start another?
Exactly. Correct. Exactly. That's why I wouldn't. My thesis is that.
That's exactly why I said it could, right?
Yeah.
I could also become a Formula One. No, Sheldon could also become a Formula One driver. He could. He said he was going to become a Formula One driver once.
I mean, you just said it could not happen in a long time, right? So, good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's not a bet I would take. Let's put it that way.
Yep. Speaking of base actually went down for 30 minutes last night.
So it was 45. It was 45 minutes.
Oh, 45 minutes. Yeah, didn't produce blocks.
And this was the first time, right?
Yep.
This usually happens when chains go on mainnet. Like zkSync had this problem. Arbitrum had this problem.
But no one cares because they don't have a token. So there's no token holders to complain.
Exactly. Miles.
It's true. The Solana news came out. Solana didn't move. Then it did move. And it's just pretty much fully retraced the entire move. This market's just not playing ball.
Yeah, it sucks.
Hey, you made a fair point.
No, it's good. I want $10 Sol. We want it to crash. We want these FTX liquidations to wreck price.
Yeah,
I mean every pump
correct.
is an exit pump. That's literally all it is.
That's been the meta for the last year. I mean, you would have made the most amount of money, not even bothering with investing, and just shorting every single time there's like a narrative-based like pump, just short it, and then you would be basically rich, and you could retire before the bulls.
Yeah.
But we're bullish idiots, and we're too biased. I mean, not all of us.
Yeah.
But some of us.
Everything is
it's just a trader versus an investor mindset. But it is smart to hedge. If you're an investor and you see a decent setup, why not have a little subsection that's dedicated for like hedging risk if there's a good opportunity. I would even look at shorting Sol if it keeps underperforming. Because that was a really bad sign. When really good news comes out and it gets faded like that, it's a bad sign. We've seen it time and time again.
Let me know when you're shorting, please, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I want to buy $10 Sol. That's what I said. Like,
yeah. Let me know when you're shorting. Let me know when you're shorting.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Miles will short everything and we'll go home.
My question to you then, Miles, is were you buying Sol at $8 last year, December?
Nah, I doubt it gets there. It might deviate below. I actually mentioned that on my show yesterday. I think realistically 14, 15 is like your next like mid-range support, and then technically range low from FTX, if you like don't count the liquidations, is $10.50. So like that would be like your main like buy target. That's where I would go in like, a lot of size, probably $10.50, 50% at $14, 14 to 15. Those would be my two levels, unless it reclaims like 22. I think it's 22 for now. I think you have the chart. Unless it like really reclaims 22 like properly, that's maybe when I would like go in as well. But those are the three. Right now, it's kind of just not, I don't know if it's the best trade.
Miles Capo. at Miles Capo.
Difference is Capo will never go long. Even if he's right, he'll never go long. He'll never switch into 40k Bitcoin.
I didn't. Some of Capo's
actually,
he's been for a long time.
Actually, he could still be right. Actually, technically, he actually could still be right.
Of course, but he's missed out on ridiculous. He's just not. He's not trading like a normal person should. I don't know. Like he's just being so biased, and his invalidations keep moving. It's like, what are you doing? But he has been short like BNB since 300 and something. I think 309. Solana since like 36. So he's up.
Okay.
I mean, it depends how they're trading anyway. Like if you're trading for 6 to 12 month timeframes, then the way that you build your position is much different from if you're day trading. Also, like so, it depends what his horizon is, really.
Yeah, true. Ben is.
Yeah, go
go.
ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was about to say that I think another news that came out regarding MetaMask is they came out with their MetaMask snaps. So now that's basically like an app store for a wallet. That's how they're branding it. So now now anybody can go in and deploy a dApp on the wallet, and now MetaMask can be used across any blockchain, and there'll be
even Solana.
Even Solana, yes. So now they'll have all these dApps that'll be accessible on the wallet, and this basically adds more features on MetaMask, which was basically all the complaint over the last 2 years that they haven't been innovating fast enough, even though they've had so much network activity. So there is some innovation going on from consensus. That's what I'm seeing with the sell feature and with this snaps, and they recently improved the UI. I noticed that when I started using it a few months back. So some improvements going on there. I think that's good. So yeah. So basically they're calling it the app store for the wallet. I think that's something which people might like because a lot of people use MetaMask, I guess.
Yep. Also,
what else is going on, guys?
Ben is back. Not BitBoy, Ben.
Yeah, I saw that.
Actually,
yeah, I saw that. I actually reached out to him already this morning.
Nice. Yeah, he started a new channel, and I think he was due to stream last night, but then couldn't. So he put up like a trailer video saying what he's going to do and stuff. So yeah, it looks like he's back to normal, just not on the BitBoy brand.
Yeah, good luck to him. It's great for him. Yep. And he said that this time he's going to be sure. He's going to be sure that he's not going to be his own worst enemy. He said. Well, he didn't say it in that many words, but he did say it.
He said he's humbled.
Yeah, I mean that is humble. Jeez, that's self-destruct, bro.
Well, pretty quick.
I believe it.
He's over.
No, I mean he's got his small community. He's got a small community.
I wouldn't want to be part of such a community that sticks around a guy like that.
Horses for courses.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What's the Dixie at? I haven't checked.
Made a slightly higher high yesterday. So I think it's going Benjamin Kahn had an interesting thesis that might be worth something talking about, Rand. So he was talking about the fact that you get two types of capitulation. You get price-based capitulation, which is when Luna
and time-based,
etc., and time-based. And the time-based, which is what we're in now, is this pre-halving period where the retail traders get as bored as fuck and they just want to get out, but yet there's this accumulation happening. And there's such good news. I mean, if you look at the whole Visa thing, you look at the Solana thing, there was a thing of 260 million ETH being bought yesterday. You look at the amount of Bitcoin that's moving. It's almost like the whales are using this period now to accumulate, I'm saying, on the good stuff, while retail is just getting so bored and ducking,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Smart money is accumulating.
Really?
I think so. The 10,000 plus wallets are accumulating. Who's selling?
Yeah, that's true.
This is my reply to Rover this morning.
Yeah, I saw you just continued the chart frame. I mean, you guys are very cute together. You should get a room.
It shows how bullshit those breakout things are. So bullshit. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's back in Dubai, I'll treat him to a nice dinner round.
You should go to a nice hotel. I can arrange for you. I can arrange for you at the Sheikh's Island. Very romantic.
For the Four Seasons.
For you and Rover.
Yeah, well, Rover.
No, look. I want to just be clear. I have nothing against the guy. I think the guy's a great guy. But I just don't. I don't have to like his Twitter account, but I can still think he's a great guy. And I don't appreciate it when he steals. You want to run a Twitter account, that's cool. But just you can retweet. You know what I mean?
I met him. I like him too. It's just Twitter.
George, Leah, and Brian Evans's version of Killer Whales came out. It looks so bad. Sorry, but
I didn't want to say anything because I haven't seen.
It looks really bad, bro.
Yeah, I saw the clip. Yeah, it's properly it's all staged, everything.
Yeah.
When does your one come out, Ren?
We wanted to be Killer Whales, but couldn't, Ran.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't compare.
But I hope Killer Whales isn't like that. I hope it's legitimate and it looks like it.
Joe, I'll send you episode 1 to look at. Obviously, don't share everything, right? I'll send it to you to look at.
Okay. January. Pretty close. Not really, actually. Comes out in January. It's still a bit away. That's 5 months away, isn't it?
Yeah, they did that. They did it because they don't like the state of the market.
Oh, so it'll be a what if the market is?
Let me tell you, ours is fucking good.
Nice.
And I'm not saying it because it's us. I'm saying it because I watched the first episode. My mom watched the first episode with me, and she was like, "Geez, I can't believe how good this is." And this is my mom, it's not.
And when you were there, how many episodes did you film?
6.
Wow.
They filmed 6. I was in, I think, 3 or 4 of the 6. I can't remember. 3. I think 4.
Nice.
So, the production quality is insane.
Yep. Proper Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, proper. I mean, I would say maybe 1 notch under the real Shark Tank.
Nice.
Can we watch it online?
You can't. You can watch it in front of me because I'm not really allowed to share it.
Okay. So I gotta be in SA, hey?
You gotta come back to SA, bro.
Where are you now?
That's what it is.
He's in Hungary. Oh, fly me to Hungary. I'll come.
Done.
Send me a ticket, first class ticket to Hungary.
Would you come to Hungary?
Why not? Why not?
We wanted to do a community event in Portugal. But we could do it in Budapest as well, bro. It's the middle of Europe.
I would glad next time I'm in Europe, I'll come visit you in Hungary. I wanted to visit Joe last time in Ireland. Problem is it was my brother's wedding and it became a bit too many family commitments. But I was very keen to go and fly and meet Joe and just see where the guy hangs out, meet his drug dealers.
There's not much happening around me, so you would be quite bored. But yeah, the weather shit.
Same here.
It didn't work. Yeah. India I've been to. Canada I've been to as well. Not your side of Canada, but I've been to Canada. I've been to Toronto. I found it exceptionally boring.
Yeah, I live 3 hours away from Toronto, and Toronto is actually one of the, I think it's called the party city of the world or something like that. So much partying which happens in Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. Toronto is like a party city, and it's if you have to go to the right party.
I went partying in Toronto. I can tell you it's got nothing on Ibiza.
I don't know which month you went it. Here 6 months of the 6 months of the year. It's winter over here. So if you're going during the summertime.
No, it was in summer. It was in summer. I wasn't. I definitely wouldn't have signed. I wouldn't have. Canada's very cold in winter, isn't it?
It is not that cold, but the thing is, downtown Toronto is where all the partying happens during the summertime run, and I can assure you, I've been to parties, and you can look it up online. It's called the party city of the world or something like. It's like in the top 5 when it comes to the most partied kind of place. You can look it up. Yeah.
Speaking of party cities, I think we've lost Fred. Eh? I think like Fred's gone. It's been incommunicado.
He did send me a message yesterday on Instagram. He said, getting a lot of perspective. Not sure what that means, but.
Oh, God.
He's gone. It means shit's working, bro.
Yeah. And there was 3 dots. It was getting a lot of perspective, ...
Yeah. Ibiza's wild, bro.
We might need a new Fred to step in.
Fred always goes on missions. Even here, he's a great party. Fred's the best guy in the world to take the party with you, bro. He is the best. He really is. He's the best guy to go partying with.
Jeez, he's been gone for a while, or am I just imagining that?
No, I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back
2 weeks?
on Sunday or something. Kellen, when is he coming back?
I think on Monday. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Smart.
Yeah, he'll probably need a week of recovery. So please, guys, go easy on him when he gets back.
I think he's back on Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
I also thought so. I thought he said midweek, but then on the management group he said he'll see us on Monday. So yeah.
He's playing his
he
cards
was
right.
panicking yesterday. I think our Sam Bankman-Fried thumbnail made him maybe shorten this trip. Eh?
Wow, what was he panicking about? I think it was a great thumbnail.
Yeah, we were just because we were so late with thumbnail, he started like messaging in a little group.
I'm like, the guy's supposed to be on holiday, man. The guy's supposed to be on holiday.
I know.
Fuck's sake. The guy's supposed to be on holiday.
He was even in my group yesterday suggesting like different tile options, like asking Kalen to like change colors on tiles. Like he was it was like a work day, a remote work day.
Chaps, is there any way that we can find all the accounts that are tuning into our spaces? Like if I want to know a list of accounts that are tuning into our spaces, is there any way to get that without going through each one of them manually?
I briefly looked into it. It keeps saying no, that the Twitter API doesn't allow you to do that. But
so I could probably contact someone to build an algorithm that would do that.
It would have to be in-house.
Yeah, but how would they get it? They need the API, otherwise it's scraping.
Yeah, well,
you
we
can
got that
scrape
because
it.
I worked on a project that incorporated. Basically, the idea was I haven't launched it yet; it's built. But the idea was that, like for shitcoins or whatever, it's really important for people to follow your Twitter and to retweet everything. But very few people actually go to the Twitter and engage on the Twitter. So we built like an API key involving Twitter and Telegram, where you could log into your Telegram and we would post the link of the Twitter in our Telegram channel, and people would log in to their Twitter via the Telegram, so then they could just hit like, share, or subscribe within the Telegram channel, so they didn't actually have to go to Twitter itself. So like a lot of this stuff like can be built. So I could find out for you.
I'm not a techie, but I think it's just you just do a giveaway. If you're from Banter, let us know. Just comment something on the Twitter, and then
No, I mean from Banter. No. I need to know. I want like if it like the reason why I'm asking is when we do a Twitter Spaces, there's on average there's 5,000 people on the Twitter Spaces. At the end of the Spaces, it says that 150,000 people tuned in. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I just like something doesn't. It doesn't feel right that you live for an hour, 5,500 people are listening, and at the end of the hour you've got 150,000 views. Like I need to understand how this works, and I figure the only way to do it is to I don't know, somehow like I don't know, scrape the data maybe every 5 minutes or something and just see who's on.
Yeah, it's definitely not as easy as we think, because people would have done it by now, especially with all of the quote unquote hate that Mario gets.
I mean, you could do it manually.
Yeah, but you can't scroll through 5,000 people and index 5,000 people. But you can clearly see that, so like you can sort of rate the accounts and section off the accounts. If you scroll down to the bottom on these lists,
you can give it to like a call center. A bunch of people in India. There's people in India that they love that kind of shit, bro.
Yeah, but that's exactly why. I mean, I remember making the same point like 2 months ago. Is when they launched this Twitter Spaces, they sort of made sure that they only show you like 500 names. And I mean, I can't think of any reason they would actually do that, apart from the fact that they don't, that like like they want to encourage botting, because that's the only reason I could think of as to why they would allow only the top 500 names to be visible to the public.
Is it are only the top 500 names visible?
Yeah.
Okay, that's bad. Okay, then I mean then there's absolutely no way to find out.
And that's something that I've wondered from the first day that they actually launched, as to why that would why would you enable that as a feature? Like if there's 5,000 people or 150,000 people, the names of the
are you sure? Are you sure that if you're the admin account, if you host the space,
no, I'm talking about the public viewing.
Everything?
I'm talking about what we see.
So
I haven't hosted a Twitter Spaces.
If we own the spaces, we might be able to see all the accounts.
If you're hosting or co-hosting,
Town Hall, you might be able to see all of them. Yeah, if you're the host or if it's on your channel, you might be able to see all the accounts. So you should just check that first. If you can see them, you can probably scrape them.
Yeah, you just say Control A.
You can crawl them.
Control A, copy paste, and then put them onto a spreadsheet, right? And then just.
I think the crawler would click on each one of them and open them and index whatever, grab all the data. I'm using crawlers to get all your followers at the moment for your Twitter, and they do work. But I haven't seen that function.
Geez, how's it? Some guy tweeted, he said, "Who's your best analyst at Banter? I'm losing." Annie, Kyle, Sheldon, Run, I'm losing. That's very unfair what's going on. Kyle's winning.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's 50 votes. Okay.
Are you doing a show round? Because I feel like we haven't even talked about news. I feel like we haven't even got a topic.
Well, we have. I mean, what other news? What other news is there?
So we have I don't know if it's news round, but it's an update from the Grayscale versus SEC. So the Grayscale lawyers sent out a letter to SEC saying that they want to meet Gary Gensler as soon as practical, quote unquote. They want to discuss the GBTC conversion to spot BTF, and basically they're trying to push it, right? They push it and they're trying to put it in front of his face and see if he could approve it as soon as possible. That's that's what I'm guessing from this move.
Yep, they're putting pressure on the SEC. But they don't mention in their letter anything to do with any of the other ETFs, as in how their ETF may differ or how their conversion may differ from another ETF. They just solely say, hey, we would like to meet to push this conversion to happen quicker. It's kind of odd.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think that's a very good sign. I think that could be the first ETF, because like, how do they put them through another 240-day process? I think if they did that, the SEC would take them back to court.
Yeah. Obviously, also Genesis are stopping spot trading. Effective immediately.
Stopping?
Spot trading. Not big news, but it's just, I don't know why they would stop their spot trading books.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Genesis insolvent?
Genesis or Gemini? I always get between.
Gemini is the Winklevoss brothers. They ain't gonna stop trading.
Genesis Global Trading will no longer offer digital asset spot trading.
Yeah, Genesis is going to be for all effects and purposes going to close down at some point.
Fair.
Genesis has seen its death.
Yep. I suppose we have like there's 4 like medium bits of news that we can ride on, but there's just no overarching narrative really, or question that people want answers to because price has not moved. I actually really enjoyed the show yesterday. I don't know what it was about it. I thought it was quite good.
I want to agree. And the thing is, I read the tweet, and so all the information, I mean, was already out there, but it's just like you enjoy hearing Ram tell you about it, like put some life into it, the text. So I don't think we should be afraid at all times to do shows like that. So like we didn't have anything new to add, but it's Ram delivery.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about things like that interest me kind of thing. Like if there's something that interests me, like yesterday, like 1 or 2 of those things actually interested me. You know what I mean?
You can also see you can see that you not enjoy talking about them, but like you're in talking about them. So that's maybe why I enjoyed it.
although yesterday was quite a deal. I mean, I sat there going, I actually don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm literally talking about nothing.
Yep. We'll try put something together today, but I just don't know from a title perspective what you're thinking. What's your
I don't know. I mean, like the main stories that I'm hearing so far are Solana, but Miles did a Solana show, but my show is actually the opposite of Miles' show. My show is time to start accumulating. Mine is time to start accumulating.
I said that. I just said no. Yeah, I said I'll accumulate at 15, and then more at 10, unless we like establish a clear uptrend. That was basically what I said. But yeah, I framed it bearish, and then the market fucking pumped, and it was annoying. And then it dumped again.
So for me, what I'm hearing ETF, Grayscale ETF, something like why the Grayscale ETF may be approved first, something like that. The second story that I'm hearing is this Metamask news, which is massive news. Like that for me is like one of the biggest.
That could be the tile, actually. That could definitely be the tile.
Yeah, and then the third piece of news could be like a bullish Solana news.
I think MetaMask is big. That should be the one. Because I once showed today, actually, why am I afraid of Bitcoin right now? That's the title entire.
And George, he didn't cover the MetaMask news, so yeah.
Okay, well we better.
Do you don't want to talk about BitBoy's comeback or Ben's comeback now that you wanted to stream their We wanted to stream their lives. So this would be their chance to help Ben actually just look at like what he's doing, and he's coming back and whatever.
Yeah, we must cover Ben. Come on, we must cover Ben.
Yeah, we will.
I mean, I think you've been covering it very nicely from a great perspective, you know, like not bashing him and stuff. I think this would be pretty cool saying, hey, exactly what you said. You're like, wish him luck, you know, and this is his new stuff, and yeah, great comeback, and I think it will be cool.
Yeah, you know, I actually think let's cover it and let's actually drive the community to go and subscribe to his channel and help him. You know, like let's be the good guys. Like, honestly, I must say, like, as much as I take him on, and again, like, I don't really enjoy his content very much myself, and I think he's his own worst enemy. He has always been helpful to me, always.
I think, you know, the fact that he's coming out and being so genuine, if you just really say, honestly, if I would see this and you saying this, like, you've been helpful and you want to give back and whatever, I think it puts you in a very good spot.
Yeah.
Ran,
So,
I
I
think
think we have-
I think in the long term you do better helping BitBoy Crypto, the BitBoy Crypto channel, because you'll see this guy's so fucking
I'll help
lost.
anyone,
He's
bro.
you'll see in time he'll be back on that channel. They'll cut an arrangement with him if he's doing well, especially on his own. Then they'll bring him back in, and they'll make like full comeback. I can already see this this video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Although again, I'm strongly of the opinion that you don't make a comeback like that so quickly after relapsing like that. You have to go and sit at home and do some homework. To come back so quickly is nonsense, man. It's bullshit.
Okay, well, let's add that. Let's add that
Like,
as well. I mean,
Didn't
yeah.
Ben say that the TJ and Justin, they tried for years to get him out of the channel? If they tried to get him out of the channel for so long, why would they bring him back in? Like,
I mean, what would you do if you were his partner? What would you do if you were his partner?
Clicks and views.
I don't know
clicks and
what's the
views,
beef
that's
is
why.
between both of them. Like, I need to know that, you know, for me to answer that. But if clearly Ben is saying that they've been trying to get him out of there for a while, so there is a lot of confusion there, which needs to be untangled before we can understand what's exactly happening.
All right, chaps, let's jump. Let's go. I think we know what needs to be done. I think thumbnails. We can go with the Ben, I'm back. We can go with the Metamask one. We can go with the Grayscale ETF one. So let's just like think about which one we want to go with, or which two, and then test them.
Hey, Ran, and especially like the researchers, I'm thinking maybe I should start doing breaking news tweets from the Crypto Town Hall account. Really want to build that account.
Of course.
But the problem is that I have a hard time staying up in real time in the news group. So what I'm asking for is that whenever is something breaking, if somebody can tag me or DM me that news, and then I'll tweet it.
It's always in the news group, Angela. It's always in the news group. Like, I don't think that we can now. I think your role as head of town hall is to find a tone for that account.
I get it, but the problem is that I don't always have time to check. So maybe like I see the news like 2 hours too late.
But that's why we got the news group. That's why we have this news group. That's exactly what it's for. None of us have the time to check, but we have a news group which filters the news first.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a lot on my plate. Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.